We're going to hear next from LeAndra Estis. She is a proud descendant of the Rondo neighborhood in St. Paul, Minnesota, and her passions are public advocacy and public speaking. One of her passions is helping others and connecting people to resources that provide hope and support. And that is so timely because at one point, she was the recipient of receiving help from others and getting connected to resources as she helped her family with her then infant, who's now 3 years old. And her greatest accomplishments are being a mother and becoming a homeowner. So we're just going to have a really brief conversation here and allow you to say hello, LeAndra, and then just a couple of questions for you so that people can become familiar with your story and really ground today's conversation with a real face who has been impacted positively by economic support. So hello, LeAndra.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here today. Thank you.
Great. All right. Well, let's kick it off with the first question. So, can you just share a bit about your journey in participating in the guaranteed income and savings programs in St. Paul, Minnesota? Just tell us a little bit about your journey, how these programs impacted you and your family.
Absolutely. I started off as a fairly young mother, and at that time, I got involved in public policy in this work here through my first organization was Community Action. My local Community Action of Ramsey and Washington County brought me um, to the gates of public policy. And with that, years later now, I am a mother of a 3-year-old, as mentioned, and that has introduced me to the Guaranteed Income Program. The Guaranteed Income I got introduced to actually while giving birth to my child, while giving birth to him. I'm at the hospital. There was folders and information guides at the hospital that were given, and I read about it, and then I just went from there, inquired about the program. It sounded good, and I was interested. Again, as a mother, I'm always looking for what I can do best. And in today's world, what I can do better. Going from a first time mother to now being on my third child, it was what I can do better. So, how can I tap into these resources? With my first, I was learning about resources and getting my feet wet, but now a champion of resources, when I was given that folder and it had that information in it, I was very well interested in finding out more. And so my journey with guaranteed income in the college savings program began with the birth of my son, and through me inquiring. And from there, I can tell you the highlights of the guaranteed income program. As a young mom, I faced many challenges. I worked 4 jobs for a long period of my life. I was working 4 different jobs, um, and including overnight. I did an overnight position in hotel. I did front desk at hotel overnights for 14 years. That meant leaving my children at home. That meant lack of sleep, high loads of lack of sleep, not being able to be there for my children responsibly and educationally because I'm working or I'm tired. So through guaranteed income, I was able to quit 2 of my jobs. Through the program, I was able to gain so much knowledge about college education. Uh, Again, I mentioned I have 3 children. My youngest is now 3. My oldest is now 23. When my 23-year-old graduated high school, I did send her off to college, but I didn't have the resources. I didn't have the means or the needs. I didn't know what I know now today through going through this guaranteed income and college savings program, and through that, I now feel like I'm ready for when my middle child is 18 now, high school schooler who is graduating this year. I am so much more prepared to send this one into high school than what I was with my oldest. And it's solely based off the everything I've learned and gotten from the college savings program with guaranteed income. My 3-year-old I'm able to be there for his developmental milestones. I'm able to engage in activities, take him out to your basic museums, to the zoo, introduce him to things that I wasn't able to do with my eldest children because I didn't have the means and mobility. I did not have the support or the guidance when I had my older two children. I do have that now. And something that really struck for me through going through the program and the success that it put me on. My child, it is going to graduate this year. Before becoming where I am now, she struggled in school. She's on an IEP. But through the program and then through the education and with the support and everything that I've been given, that that daughter of mine is graduating with honors. That daughter is uh, been on two college tours, two college tours. She is already focused and she will be attending a trades program. I'm not going to say where, but she will be attending a trades program. And it is solely based off of the education and the position that I've been able to land in, based off of the programming that I was able to access.
Thank you so much, Leandra. And I'm guessing that our audience is probably chomping at the bit, wanting to learn more about the Guaranteed Income and College Savings Program. So I'll just let you all know that you'll be hearing next from Casey Weidrich. So you'll learn a little bit more about that. But I want to ask you just one more question before we pivot to Casey, and really just say congratulations, because that is a huge transformation that you talked about. And today you are, I mean, thinking about where you started with not knowing about the different ways that you could support your children, working hard, a lot for very long hours, and now being able to become a homeowner. Working now as a state government employee and now as a dedicated community volunteer. Can you just say a little bit about how the programs the economic support programs that you benefited from, how they treated you with dignity and respect, and how that helped you to achieve your goals?
Absolutely. Thank you for that question. I love that question. Honestly, um, what stuck out the most and what made the program successful for me was one, accountability. And I'm really big about accountability. But when I say that, it wasn't accountability of the programs only, it was accountability that I had to take within myself. So I had to hold myself accountable to the requirements of the programs. And I do know that a lot of us fell in that area, but you have to be able to hold yourself accountable, but then also hold the programs accountable. When I started in the programs, and most programs ask for a lot of information, they need a lot of this and that to get you going or figure out how they're going to help you. But if I'm coming to you for help, I need you to, for one, show that you support. But more important, I need to know, what is your mission? What is your mission in helping me? That stood out and became very important to me. For me, when you off of your mission and your purpose of what this program is designed to do, that helps us as the client to know our responsibility and what it is we need to do. With a lot of the programs I worked with, I spoke about removing the barriers and the stigmas and everything by creating a relationship. Don't treat us like clients. Treat us as if we're partners, because truly that's what we are. Your business doesn't flourish without having me as your client to work on. So let me become your partner. Talk to me as if I'm your partner. Become a coach. Coaching was very, very important in my journey. Every service that I depended upon, every program that I went to, I needed a coaching method. I feel that when you have a coach rather than a caseworker or somebody, you get a better outcome from the client, because a coach is going to guide, is going to lead, is going to provide, is going to be more of an advocate to you rather than somebody that's sitting there telling you, this is what I need from you. Show me. Show me what do I need to do? So that coaching method, that responsibility, it becomes a partnership. And I think that's very important. And I think for me, it was being boisterous and saying what my needs are and what my needs were and how my needs change. What I needed when I first walked in your building may not be my needs now. So just keeping that in the forefront. Uh, and very, very, very well, I said, act from your mission. Make your mission bold, stated, but act from your mission. If your mission is to reduce poverty, make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're going about creating that. Make sure that you're highlighting that when you're meeting with your client, and stating how you're going to do that. What is your makeup in doing that? Make that clear for me so that I know how I fit into your design. That helps me in my partnership. Again, that helps me to know you're not just serving me, but how do I serve you? I feel when you do that and you create that kind of relationship with your client, you you are removing those red lines in that. And when you do that, you get people like me who are success stories, and you want a success story from who you work with and who you work for.
Wow, Leandra, it's so well said. And I think you gave everyone who is here listening to you just a new way of thinking about what service delivery is. Really, you've flipped the paradigm on its head. It should be more than caseworking, and rather let's think about a partnership. And in cases where it's useful, how might the system provide coaching so that the client is working in partnership with
Yes,
those service providers to think about where is it that you want to go? What are your goals? No one wants to remain receiving economic supports for the rest of their lives. As you clearly stated, you wanted to do other things with your life, and you've done that.
absolutely.
So thank you so much for sharing your story with us.